So did you know that your brain's actually wired to remember failure more than success? But more importantly, do you know how to fix that? Also, do you know the number one thing that elite athletes do after failure? It might not be what you think. What if you actually have the power within you to rebuild your confidence that's hiding in moments that you've already lived before? Because you already have what it takes to bounce back. So let me show you how to find that within yourself. Hey guys, welcome back to #Team Fuego. This is a video series that I'm making from falling to flying, where we're outlining the steps of overcoming yourself basically after you face a fall off of your horse. But more importantly, how to use that to actually fuel your next success. Now, this does apply to all athletes because falling can look very different in lots of different sports, but there's nothing quite like falling off a horse. But if you want to get the backstory behind this video series, then you're gonna wanna go back to the first video, which I can link here and then down in the description below. But in this video specifically, we are gonna talk about how to reset our minds after difficult situations as athletes and how to regain our confidence after those setbacks. Also, each video is backed by one of my favorite audiobooks about athletes as well, because practicing these techniques is not instantaneous. It's like a muscle, and the more you work on building those muscles, the better you become at it.
I know you know this on a deep subconscious level.
I've spent many years practicing and building these techniques, first as a gymnast and then as a horseback rider. And so while they are second nature to me, I want to make sure that everybody has this information so that you can also use these tools and techniques to make progress in your mental game as an athlete. Because mental toughness is, no matter what sport you do, it's definitely at least 50% of whatever game you're playing. All right, so this was a basketball visualization study done by Dr. Judd.
1 hour later.
By Sato? Oh man, I'm probably butchering that. I am sorry, Dr. Judd. But anyway, there were 3 groups of participants, and the objective was to test the effectiveness of mental rehearsal or visualization compared to physical practice. So group 1 was told not to practice free throws at all. Group 2 practiced shooting free throws physically for 20 minutes a day. And group 3 spent the same amount of time, 20 minutes a day, visualizing themselves shooting free throws, but did not physically practice. So think in your head, what do you actually think happened from this study? Because those results might actually surprise you. Because, well, maybe not this part. Group 1 showed no improvement. So the group that didn't do anything, they didn't show any improvement.
Use your common sense.
So we're not surprised by that. But the second group that was told to physically practice showed a 25% improvement. Basically, physical practice helps you improve what you're practicing on. That's also not surprising.
I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot today.
But the third group that was told not to pick up a basketball, but practice anyway in their mind, actually showed a 24% improvement through pure visualization. So now you might be surprised.
What does it mean?
It tells us that our physical practice is almost, by literally 1%, equally as important as our mental practice. And really, this study outlined the power of mental rehearsal. Now, of course, it is not a complete substitute for physical training, because say if somebody sat on a couch and just visualized throwing free throws and actually never picked up a basketball, they would have 0 muscles in their arms. So this is not about actually just doing mental rehearsal instead of physical practice. But let's think about this for a second. If you were able to improve 25% through physical practice alone and improve 24% through mental practice alone, how much do you think group 4, this hypothetical group 4, would have improved if they did mental and physical practice?
Let's stop and think about what you are saying. What are we talking about?
Something to think about.